Okay. So sorry, I don't know. Australia be sending a message. Be when I said the say, we are not more permasampa. When I said the video, the guy picked it from Argentina, which of course Argentina, he has come to say that it's not Argentina, but he picked it from on the page. Or permit me route. Then I told him the nonsense. Or permit me route. Pick it from wood page. Oh, you're that in Copenhagen.
Yeah, not some young question.
Papa Yanko.
Happy Yatsi. Commission. Nazini. Elijah. Yatsasi. I can't answer that. I said another year. So I'm not able to make it a quotation. They come international. I must actually commission when I was Malaka actually was Elijah. No matter when I woman, where I am national or from where I am national. Now, Koran or Kada, on the moon question, putting down where we Nasa.
Okay.
I feel yes, son was in Nazino putting down where we are. And so Nazino was Wassa. I feel like Elijah. Young Coffee, Genesis 49. Never put on put some Nazi bar. It's a some Nazi year, Uncle Giant, or send our pin and Quaji Edugana.
Okay.
1 year in a Cremosman was in Rio, in Sanford, 1 year shut up. Obey young Quaji, or some book rainbow on the Edu Sassy, Arabia, the master upon a haram. Now haram, no, and a hebenya, my business, I pin and Quaji Edugana. On Ntonton.
Genesis chapter 49, verse number 1. Na Jacob friend mbembe na ose de hombo homano na menkaza ndamba obaba homodo menkyera ho
da maka se so da kan ba mo hia pa na nsase ndamba na baadze ori ye hwe ho ana o sa so mbaka a kire mo hin obeso wanda ndamba ende o de akiri no
the
end time ene eza kwa wo makutu won sem sa maka de ara bo won yim hwere o won akiri ko ya na wo ba sa kremo ibira o tsi atmo ya skole bira obaka no kwara ibira ko nse na nkasa bira gebra oba no nchen abasha na zin ma okuripi sana yir na fu mpanyafu wo ina wo ho na so bayi wanko bia ho christian no oba proof de o ina commission ba arabian christian opa na waraka kremo ibia yin me kan kremo yin panyo na kremo wo so na bira yin de waraka ono oba ka de instead of what Kadija on oil jetting your man, no, the kind. Also, you know, commissioner or a Arabian. No, you know, him. Another, you know, in a simple him or a Christian shop opinion. And since I have market to awesome, the Abudu, the Mamma, or not about that. Enjoy your cacra. No, when you wash it. And come more sooner, Moses not the bay. What's the stand one to tribute? Open as mediation. Or Yara Benekasa, Din Islam.
Islam.
Nothing as mediation.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, I read on Snooker Cassanin. There was a pants in the can as mediation.
Okay, I think it's cousin Ntonton.
I could put a cook, that's me a cook. And so I won't also wear standing or a cadder, when you say, bad. No, Mamma crop say
Hajid.
A bit if you or if you share. None to introduce you at home. Now, some opponents or couple butter, no, the cremor, you am to introduce a couple booty. What's in cremor or the butter by young cremor? Near my church, I wonder. Oh, a butter was there as a window business. What you see be? And more familiar. And sleep she said, oh, okay. The son of Wales, I am the man of the commission for one Arabia. The most letting about. The young wish ya, back a can back at one catapia. My life in a go, Abraham not the bar. Cremo be my son, okay. Abraham, then you say, no, the cargo my life, the whole world. The back order, question of banana, question about that part on with me. Abraham back with that son of Moses. That's it. This
Abraham or the buy.
What was it?
Oh, you're going to use Abraham or the buy.
I'm going to say, I must have matter the which one you Butter, Abraham or the bar or Bible no more. That's it. The quotation of Bible no more. Better about to be in our question, Sodom Gomorrah. One me Abraham one, also per butter. no the sugu or the mo or can't be on the mo ni na no hoda dada yankop senya yankop akwanse won yankop na okana mo yedam na waye nti Abraham ne yin said na odika egu ma hafi no mo ho nti se nda wo kremo yin be kan de obi kugu mara pen so betis we oya wo ma wayin zati jarabia na even Israel prankasa Moses nankasa oba 2000 years ehun ansa na Yesu ba so 500 years ansa na commission yin ba nso wo be kan da owo zare ya wo godin osin za bo cha wo ma na enyim Israel po waya okete so wo wonyim bopo mpire ba sada ko ma Ghana po wonyim wo hwe nkrama fiam po wonyim
so wo de wonyim bo fom
Israel wo okete so wonyim bopo 3 times one year aso 3 times a day
una
say waya
a Muslim voice more than
5 times a day different when what you dey Israel for ina ebasa
and I know said there should be a difference because 5 and 3 there
ma ya ebiena abadere no oye ocheda aye kesase yakop na pamze wo bani a wo so no oje no 70 do sase ebiena aye de ye banya himan ensin ke mo sum na Moses no de kan da ba ye Moses simple Abraham no de ba ma yan ko Genesis yeah, no, Somafo ba one do that.
But in the as the speed in the doors.
Yeah, pent up. Say, but you can't so prince. And so Abraham,
verse number.
Yan kan da amban. Yan kan da ambana. Jacob kan cha namban. Meza open.
Advent of the Messianic era. According to the Talmud 11, the Midrash 12, and the Kabbalistic work, the Zohar 13, the deadline by which the Messiah must appear is 6,000 years from creation.
Ate. Also, information will be here, and I know the chin aso. And to the member, no, ya Jacob, but can want some Obaba. Fair Imizia winning, then come up for use the quotation what I'm going to say. When she's about 35 years, you will me. A sister, I think you're only better. A kiss I was what you use. Open when you win the better. Sassy. Also, some back at your best window, the children. No was no the children, yet do implement a signal. No one see nothing, yet do implement a signal. No, no, the children by there. I was until implementation. I feel I do. You do 20 you do end of this. Yes, okay.
2020.
Orthodox and Hasidic Jews believe that the Hebrew calendar dates back to the time of creation, the year 2009 to 2010 of the Gregorian calendar.
That's it. And mirror what a year Jacob Robocon obeying 2009.
Corresponds to the Hebrew year 5770. And so therefore, the time for the arrival of the Messiah is between the years of 2009 to 2010.
2009, Nakasabere. Jagare, I prefer the honor most small. I'm saying you that's what old barrier. That's it. 2006, the echoes of the sun, Osigana.
Yes.
This is a pronoun to do when you meet us in the kind of way Ghana. But a Ghana was soon a very walk.
Yeah.
I think you mean that I crash upon other than me. Was soon a very walk. That's it. Into 2009, no, the Mazana. And the circumcision about important happiness, a woman second on not walk out in a human street. Second, you saw a human street. I feel as some Jacob Procan.
Genesis chapter 49, verse number 10. I am Pama Kefi Judansa.
Also, whom is a poor Yankopona Hindi, woman chain. I am quite the Riasina, my bosom, the one was from Yankopon.
Now, Mbrasa for Puma Kefinan,
I tell you, I can't Yankopon bra, and whom look at them.
Capim de Shilo Baba.
As the Yankopon boss will be a bar. Improper weapon as my she don't answer name. Improper, then the job by Yancy. The mere weapon as my or the mean pen bar. Miserable, mind the book.
Now, on a man by stay.
No, catch it. Even put on Borobama, we ask me now. Papa is the Mayor. I ye. It's about Miss no commission. Ye, when Obama, Arabia. And Sassy. And say, ye, Sharon, and know the children, or the young swimming assassin. I know the children. It is 2,000 paper. Near the end of this. And say, the monk of Bakradada. I want to imagine if you are in the nephew.
2000 because 2009
no what the but open
2009 it goes by days years
na maka woman no ketre za po ya ara plan wan ko school nsin na ara pon po yim no dey pray be open Jesus we do be be open most no wonyim wo hwe kura
yeah
no wonyim wo hwe
nsin na ma say sabre kura mbo no Jesus dey o mom fa
ma mi ohun de me kuni the year ya na wasesan wasa wa pa na walaka kristo yeso papanyin no baka ga oyina komisi na robo Arabian kristo ya chara po o man mu yimpa nyina wan brabo bia ntum kaku na wan ko school we ho asebi waka enso mo maka krebe ku chara po so but wole ye bibia me kristo na fa wa ye mum ntum ka sensi wo se wodo apem better sara na nkemofo wodum nzinzin Sase
sala na omo ye no
what said I want to hwe bi
sala na ebo omunya esom
when you meet sala no osoma ho dem na nkema po yin
okay
let's say that ya consider ya Quran kan Quran 4
Quran chapter 4 verse number 103 when your prayers are ended
also some the main bo me here
remember Allah
you want to wonka aka ga bo pa and the hate asaka kasa nso Quran wa kan wan sase so catch la ya so wie tsan wona kaka yankopon ta da be hin o ka so
nya kaka yankopon
dem no te o fa zakar
even zakar
ahun sa also some mo the main bo fo wie mo ntan won kaka yankopon nso wona hu da ada be ko
after we eba ba concept
o na process ko
okay
but when you him di bera obi boy ya so ye gura o na ko no fi o woni fi na o ye na wa so do agina ho da bi o
na o bo na tutu o no so ja na
zakarum o je no 90 do salatin o je no 70 do nya ma ba to woni mo hwe na gara wo wo ye kaka ndi ko kremo yesu sara no an so bi bia bio ase o kra na mu o kra wan ase ase do woni mbo pum bia sa wora ka aka yankopa nto wo de hunu ka aka o so se kremo Islamic school bi le ma so mbake sa wo yima na ashere na ye ta pro ko nso yi ka cha na wo fa Said ni ma ko man kama do ma wo sai na mo ko kremo 30 years na kremo na mo ko ma anko na mo ko bi me Islamic mo dey preach ankasa ma ye preaching ma ye yimpa be 8 na ma ye otuba
uko kremo 30
years na mo ko kremo me ye to bo wa ye nsudo na enkwado ho nyina metuma kakan amsam ebe mankasin 1980 number mankasin Central Mosque Imam Saka no ohwedo patno actually the me da ba o se bia me sase me gina mankasin gom e brother bi da me gina gom brother bi gina gom ba plan be handle wo twum ho ahia wo dey treatment na masa to yimpa nkọ ho yimpa nkọ da no me chon kwada ko pi kakan amsam kron pi do kakan amsam nze me yin pika kada ko mo yin sare me ba kan azma na gina ye mo ade bere kan mo yin ma me yin mpo me yin sin wara nsate ensi zak na kwa sheka Zahid me chon ade bi o so sara ama asami imam o wa yin su o fa no imam imrano o kabi imam ko pi no wa kana ma asaro ndi je wuti mo o ye wa won mo hadith ni mo na Zahid bi se na ko se na sara so bi so sin o se hwe bi so sin o se baade o so bi o ye zakar no o ye o sister bi o ye salat no ko se na ma en kan cho de man kan chira ho e kan chira wan salat wan ye de won ye e chira yankopon de salat me ko me don fam brothers wan pa salata ntonton amara fam ro ho ndo bia na la ya wo man no ba ye ho adwuma nsase aso da kwebile ko nhyede ka kire nkorofo de man kokwa ye ho n'echi papa bi wo ho yankopon gi no sumutum papa se hom se da ho ye he aso okunu bi so ye wanka se bede kokwa yakwa ala ho da na wose bibi na wakokwa hwe ye da wote bi de magana fo ye wote bi wo de ho tim bi aso kokwa kwa ya so ampa okoto oruman bi o tso ampa eni hwe wa ye ho fine papa na se ba adwuma aso eme wo hara mo so me yankopon na washada also je twem na yama ha e be chew yo oto nkomo na wo hwere asore tam boso asore ye tam boso ya na papa na kire wo de ebote no so won ka ya asore wo ho na oto papa wan ko bi wo hwere ada nche na nko wo ka ye papa wan ko bi na o da tre abo wan ko so sa abo papa wan ko sabra abo papa wan ko obi awo so ko nse papa no onya ono sum ya mekura onya sala kura na so ko nse hwe ado oye no sun osimo mo oye no ko nse ba do so sala dik is it what is sala wan se hwe den kan mo kura na wa kan cho se nkan mo nan kan mo nse e ya so hwe te wa ka ka yankopon e ono kan wa na afi ashama what is sala wan se hwe kan mo sase apian ko Bible mu salatu wo Bible mu na ntonton so wo Bible mu sase osuna bi na wo Bible bi nkan wonye ba asa
nti na wo tin Pentecost wo mu na wo so no me Pentecost ni onye Bible mu
oh no nti Pentecost na se kwa chere akwanmo o ya apashe
Pentecost no
ya apasha na wo ni dinin wo Hebrew fo wo kasem Pentecost day apasha tsira me plan France wo so obo akwan onye yam so bela
mama me ko to Pentecost day on the day of Pentecost
the quarter church of Christ wo Bible ma onye won fan so asoro mo ye enka hwe
okay Genesis chapter 17 verse number 1
nso yin plan wo say won say ye Abraham no do salat bai
na Abraham zi mfi edokono akono no ewraze yi no kire Abraham na ose no de emi yankopon tumfo na ntumayim na zimu na mama mashem ade emi yo wontem na mbama ador mrodo na Abraham zinaim bom fom na yankopon yene kasa
asaba na wo Abraham oye de
ade bom fom
eyi ma de bom fom na sen de
nanka bi bebi so kwa se nase pa
ni oye enyi zi azre mo tum yankopon
respect
respect and say brother Adam opmo yema woto no ba asase no do aboto da carbon si ho ka bra ho won yimo esuma sembera won ho boko sembera me na ya me cheche we ka kra nsem pe wa mpe mo boye mpo kire ho ka kra wan yem po do ye tundo Adam boto da carbon so nsem ka wo so carbon opi suro ba ma ma to so opi suro bo opi suro ba bi obi no be si 2 million ma mo be si nta Adam boto do si ho na jumazo za do yimpa na bono chan odin pana banja nta Adam na na nyumezo za rasa
oba yamba bag bi oba Adam o se kaba no nimpa no si
ompisu tum bi no besi yimpa
wow
temple na yimpa ntum se temple yimpa ntum se yimedze krusu ni de kana po yimedze anja temple bi na wo na papa yimpa bi yetum fu bi
to Adam
ensi Adam na nyumezo za ra ta ochi ka bara mo yankopon fa mbon chama yankopon fa mbon chama asmo kan ene da ko gbe ba kan cha yankopon na man kan cha fa kwan
na Adam mu de onya Adam
mo kan ba na
Adam and Eve okay
so wa afum yankopon
okay
yankopon ka cha man yedam no ka ye so wa afum yankopon fa mbon chama na dwuma ya hin ene da ko gbe kada oba so yankopon na man kan cha fa kwan chin 40 days and 40 nights na Adam o sha so fa ndo do pe na greba san ba bi o de yankopon man kan cho ndede o do bo ni na cho o de bo o de eyidze o de yankopon ase nze mbo fom na sa o ye eyidze adam yankopon
but na tese fast to say tese ye adwuma
wo de ma tsepon
okay
sate wo de ma tsepon na ya arabia pon apa mo bia Christian ye pass na ya na kwa ba ya ma enye o sempo a nyam paso mpo wo ho
interesting
we yankopon David utan ya gbotemi na bo ye wadum kakra na wa dwenda djuma
na Muslim wonder what did they gain omunya den fasting
oni yankopon na o kana 1 year
okay
ade yankopon kana ye bere na ya nyampa so oni yankopon kan cho ba ye na Christian poso nya ko se bi empo wo mu
oh okay
sama ko ne
okay
ensi Abraham oba da ma osumi na o de bai o twa abopro mu o ya abopro wo osum abopro wo osum onye dza odo me yankopon nze Abraham no so odo ba ne ensi Abraham so ko mba bi Ismael onye Isaac no so abaye Israel no onye Arabia nze Abraham wona na Abraham no so no be no onye This is a proof with the car, one year the man with the da. I sent a concern, I want to this a bar. And sit on with the dada. No, I mean the man will wait about. That's it. Also, wait. This that now. If you want to work with the I want to do nothing much at home. So a bit that's my own problem actually being come. No one there. So that's naturally. You are also since a lot.
So, His Holiness and Miss Mafia, I just continue to explain the message that came to us and he's saying that the young man gave some scenarios that there's some Ntonton, some people they put on the hijab, they wear mayafi, they use the straja, then they use the kettle to or what they call the buta. But yet, His Holiness Yamis Mafra said, all these ones, it is not to say that it is only affiliated to Islam. That is, it's only the Islamic religious persons that does it. And that it is in God's religion. He said, the headgear that the female use, of which they describe that it is for Islam, he said no. Abraham's wife, Sarah, was the one who brought that. His Holiness Yamis Mafia said it is because Abraham is a messenger of God. The Most High God told him that let your wife do this, and then she also does it. So it is not to say that it is only for people of Islam. Then His Holiness Yamis Mafia said that yes, as he's saying, God's religion is one. The Most High God himself is one. So his form of worship that he gave to his people, or his religion that he gave to the people on earth, is also one. And that Islam, as has been mentioned, he said it is, yes, the Arabian's language that makes it Islam. But it is to say in Akan language as Asum Jesum. He said the same thing applies to the Jewish people too. Their form of religion too is also in a language, His Holiness and Miss Mother, it also means the religion of peace, as he has mentioned. His Holiness Yamis Mawia said that with all these ones, the Islamic religious people, is because they lack the knowledge, that is the reason they take all these ones to themselves, that their religion, it is it that has taken all their religion. His Holiness Yamis Mawia said that is not true. And that the religion that came, it is not only Islam. He said the Most High God is one. Therefore, everything that he initiated onto the earth is one. He explained and mentioned to us that, yes, as he's saying, the headgear that they are using, that they talked about, it was Sarah who introduced it, that the Most High God said to Abraham, and then he passed that knowledge on to his wife. He also mentioned to us that the kettle that they are using, he said Abraham was having it at the time that the Most High God have sent some heavenly populate or angels to go and destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. When they got to Abraham's house, Abraham then gave them this kettle to be used. And so he knew about it. The Most High God instructed him, and he has that kettle that he gave to them. His Holiness Yami Somafo said that yes, with this, it is with the people, it is with Abraham already. And he has mentioned that the Islamic religious people, they thought that the Holy Temple Kaaba, which is with them, they don't know who even came to build it on earth. His Holiness Yami Somafo, it is he who is in to explain to us that this Holy Temple called Kaaba was built by one mighty one, or one power that has been sent from the heaven, who came onto the earth. It is he who have come to build the Holy Temple Kaaba on earth. And that is the reason the Islamic religious people, they look at it, they don't know where it came from, and so they said it came from the heavens. He said no, it is a heavenly populate who came onto the earth, who have come to build it. His Holiness Yami Somafo said that at the time Prophet Muhammad, may the blessing and peace of Allah be upon him, went onto the mountain where the angel Gabriel came to strengthen him, and that he came back. He said what was happening to him, nobody have idea about. Even his wife, who was with him, never knew about it. He said it is one of the Jewish religious person who followed Christian life that came to tell them that what was happening to Prophet Muhammad, may the blessing and peace of Allah be upon him, it is that he is the messenger that has been said that he will come in Arabia. So it is he who have come to confirm to the people of Arab that, or the Arabians, that the prophet whom has been said that will come among them, it is he who is Prophet Muhammad, may the blessing and peace of Allah be upon him. His Holiness Yamit Somafo then said that that is the reason his wife, who is called Khadija, is the one who have been declared as among all the women, she is the one with the greater faith. His Holiness Yamit Somafo continued, and he said that with this, the people of the Arab themselves, the Arabians themselves, the Islamic religious people themselves do not have this knowledge. He mentioned the name of that Christian practitioner who came to confirm to them that Prophet Muhammad, may the blessing and peace of Allah be upon him, is a messenger that has been said will come in the people of, among the people of Arab, or will appear in Arabia. He said that they don't have the idea about it, and that it is this person who have come to confirm. He said, it is also said that the prophecy mentioned, of which Jacob said he is gathering his children, and then he will tell them the things that will befall them in the end of days in Genesis, as was read to us. His Holiness Yamit Somafo said, this portion of the scripture, if you have read it, the question you should ask yourself is that what will befall the world in the end of days? He told them that the sector will not depart from them, the people of Israel, and that their lawgivers will not depart from them until when one will come unto the earth who is called Shiloh. So His Holiness Yamit Somafo said, this end of days, as has been described, we should then look at it and then find out which particular period is called the end of days. He said at the time Moses came, it was 2,000 years before Yeshua, whom we call Jesus the Christ, came. Then he said after the Yeshua, whom we call Jesus the Christ, also came onto the earth, he left 500 years before Prophet Muhammad, may the blessing and peace of Allah be upon earth, be upon him, came onto the earth. But yet, when we put all this together, the people of the Islamic religious background then align all this prophecy to Prophet Muhammad, may the blessing and peace of Allah be upon him. But His Holiness Yamit Somafo said, it is not him. He said that with him, it is not to say that he has not been to the Islam sect before, and that he has practiced Islam for 30 years, of which he is not just a practitioner, just like that, or somebody who have lived that way of life. Rather, he is a preacher who stands in the open and preach to the people and then convert many people, which they call in Islam Tuba. His Holiness Yamit Somafo said he converted many people into Islam. And so he said with this, he knew more. And so if you are an Islamic religious person and you are coming to ask questions, then you should know your stance before you come to ask the question. He then said to us that to fall on your face to worship the Most High God, it is not only the people of Arabian or the Islamic religious persons that brought it. Rather, Abraham was the one who started it, of which allowed the scripture to be read to us in Genesis. That said that as the Most High God appeared to him, His Holiness Yamit Somafo said, the scripture also mentioned that Abraham fell on his face to worship the Most High God. So he said to fall on your face, it is with the people of Israel first, before he came to the people of Arabia. And that the people of Israel first knew the worship of the Most High God and his religion, which was sent to them before the Arabians, their own, came. But yet the difference is that the people of Israel, they hold the kettle, they do the cleansing, but they pray 3 times daily, while the Arabians pray 5 times daily. He then mentioned to us that as the Kaaba, the holy temple Kaaba came, he said it came long ago before the first man called Adam came onto the earth. And when he came onto the earth and he erred, and that he is seeking for forgiveness from the Most High God, all that he does is that to go around the holy temple pleading with the Most High God that he should forgive him his sins. He said out of that, the Most High God sent Angel Gabriel to him to tell him that he should fast 40 days and pray 40 days. And whilst he has done that, the Most High God then sent the angel to him to tell him that his sin has been forgiven. He said, there and then, Adam fall on his face to worship the Most High God. So he said to fall on your face to worship the Most High God. What it means is that you are paying respect. It is to show humility to the Most High God, and not to say that it is only, or it only belongs to the people of Arabia. He said, His Holiness Yamit Somafo said, the people of Israel first have this knowledge. And he said that what they do not know is that the Quran also mentioned that after the prayers, they should sit down to remember the Most High God. His Holiness Yamit Somafo said the Quran, which they know about, the Islamic religious person know about that, all that they claim in it is to pray. That is salat that they know about. His Holiness Yamiswa says this same Quran that the prophet is saying that after it they should also sit down to remember Allah. His Holiness Yamiswa said this is to let them know that remembrance of Allah is bigger than to pray, and that prayer wield a power of which he rates to hold a strength of 70. And then to remember the Most High God, His Holiness Yamiswa is holding a strength of 90, but yet they do not know about it. His Holiness Yamiswa continued and said that he is explaining for us to understand that Islam and the Israelite religion are one. Just that the differences in the number of times they pray is what separates it. And yet, it is also said that in the end of days, of which the book that was read to us from the Jewish principle of faith mentioned that the end of days will happen 6,000 years after the flood of Noah. So His Holiness Yamiswa, the Jewish calculation, they have said that the messenger who will come in the end of days will appear on earth in the era of 2000. When we enter into the year 2000, that is where he will appear on earth. They specifically stated that somewhere in the year 2009 to 2010, that messenger who will come in the end of days must appear on earth. And so His Holiness Yamiswa said in the year 2006, where we experienced the eclipse of the sun, he said it is in that eclipse of the sun is in to reveal to the world that a messenger is coming onto the earth. A greater messenger is coming onto the earth. So he said it was there between that time that he has begun the work. And that in the nation Ghana too, in somewhere 2009, 2010, he began the work. So His Holiness Yamiswa said, this knowledge is the knowledge that the world lacks, and it is he who is in to explain to us. He said, as he has explained for us to understand the difference between the prophets, the Nazarene, and then the Elijah, as he has said, also the religion that is mentioning to us, and that all the things that falls in God's true religion, it is one. He said the Most High God is one, so his religions are also one. The difference are the means or the medium by which they worship. It is this that is explaining to us.